So welcome everyone. This is our lower body strength and balance class. So let's go ahead and begin. So we'll start with the Romberg stance, but as far as equipment, so you know where your equipment's at. We'll need a chair, dumbbells if you have a kettlebell, mini bands if you have those, mini bands. So and then also a yoga mat. Okay, so just do me a favor and just be ready to go collect those items. But we'll start with the Romberg stance. So Romberg right here, feet together, nothing too crazy. You could be barefoot. You could be just hanging out here. Yeah. Just be mindful. Hopefully you folks are having a nice start to this Friday. Then just a reminder, next week we won't be meeting. It's 4th of July. So we won't be meeting on Friday or Saturday next week, just Monday through Thursday. All right, let's look left to right. Just gently up and down. It looks pretty bright out there already. So might be a warm day. This Romberg stance. Morning, Mary. All right, close your eyes. Open your eyes and just relax. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our first movement of the day. Okay. So we're gonna do a variation of calf raises and heel walks. So for calf raises, since we are just starting, let's go ahead and stand flat as we were and give me 20 calf raises. So just slowly up, slowly down. So the idea is to move slowly. We don't want this to be an explosive movement. Give me 15 to 20. Morning, Ella.
Good,
Hi.
good morning. I'm just
Morning.
checking in from New Mexico.
Okay, I was gonna say we haven't seen you in a few days.
I've been
So,
traveling,
okay, good. Enjoy your time.
getting in lots of steps.
You going to White Sands?
Say that, oh, no.
No. What? I've always wanted to go there, but enjoy your time. Have fun.
Thank you. I will see you next week.
Sounds good. No class on Friday or Saturday next week. So
Oh,
yeah, just
okay.
Monday through Thursday. Yep.
Okay,
All right.
thank you for the
Enjoy.
reminder.
All right, folks. Heel walks. So again, on a carpet, barefoot, or if you're wearing shoes, the support on your shoes should help it. Otherwise, if you're doing these barefoot on hardwood floor or tile, it's gonna be not comfortable. Okay, so heel walks, toes are pointing up to the sky. Very good. Just relax a little bit. You do want to rest the ankles and the calves a bit more. Okay. So just have your water, have a little bit of water. Drink that. All right. So our next one, we do want to have some type of support. So I'm gonna use this machine here. If I could raise it. So I just need to have it. I'm just using this pretty much just to hold my torso. So you'll see right now. So the variation of this calf raise. So we did calf raise like this. So now what I want you to do is slight bend at the knee. So bend the knee. I'm gonna lean on this. So you could lean on a wall or on a table, but you see my knees are bent. And then now from here, I'm gonna do a calf raise. So that's gonna target your soleus, which is the deeper muscle of your calf that runs underneath that the bulge of your gastro. So underneath is the soleus. Ready? So 15 to 20. Ready, okay, go. Knees are bent. Very good. All right. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So this is called the ankle sweep. Okay. So the ankle sweep, we're just gonna take little steps. We're gonna alternate and straighten out the front leg, sweep. Okay, then you could just alternate the other leg, make sure it's straight, and then you sweep. Okay, so it's more of a dynamic stretch since we're moving. We're just doing this. All right. Quick little break. I'll give you 2 minutes to go grab the items, so dumbbells, chairs, yoga mat, and resistance bands. So we'll start again with the lifts in 2 minutes. All righty. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. So now we go with the tandem stance. So right foot in front of our left, right foot in front of our left. I'm just standing here. Everyone new. All right, let's go ahead and start looking left to right. Left, right. Now up and down. All right, let's close our eyes. Again, if you don't feel safe, just separate your feet, open your eyes. You don't want to get hurt doing this. Open your eyes. All right, that back foot, we're back here, that back foot, we're gonna elevate. So just keep that heel elevated. We're gonna hold for about 20 seconds. And relax. Okay, so we have one of our Romberg stands done, or Tandem stands. Okay, we're gonna go with a variation of toe box, and then also do a dumbbell goblet lateral lunge. Okay, so we will need our dumbbells right now. Have those handy. So toe walks, let's go toes in. So just pigeon toed, so toes in, triggering the medial side of your calves, of your gastro. So toes in. All right, now toes out. Very good. All right, there are 2 sets of those. So again, the lateral goblet squat. We'll be holding the dumbbell here, wide and drop, wide and drop. Okay, but we've reset every time. So let's go ahead, grab your dumbbells. You're ready? We're here, stand and large step to your right and drop your hip. Up, reset. Now to your left, drop your hip. And we're doing 6 on each side. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 6. All right. Okay. 10, 20 seconds rest. Very good. The next one we're gonna do, we're just gonna do a heel to toe rock. So that's when we're on our heels and then rocking to our toes, rocking to our heels. So you're getting a nice stretch on your calves and also on your anterior tibial muscle, tibialis muscle. Okay, so go ahead, we're on our heels, then forward, back, forward, back, forward. These are gentle movements. Be careful if you're barefoot. Sometimes you feel it a little bit more on your arches when you're barefoot. You're not getting much support on your arches. So from the shoes, from the lack of shoes. So you just got to be a little bit mindful. There's another factor if you're doing these barefoot or just wearing socks. Unless you have really heavily padded socks, you're not getting much support from that. Okay, very good. All right, and then the next movement we're gonna do some knee grabs, but they're gonna be walking knee grabs. So what I want you to do is here, grab your knee, working a little bit of balance, alternate on the other knee, pull that ankle towards your hip. And you could just alternate if you run out of room. So you're getting a little bit of a performance stretch here too. And you're spending some time on one foot, so working on balance as well. Let's do one more on each leg. Good stuff. All right. Lateral lunges. Grab your dumbbells. Again, we're gonna go 6 on each side. So dumbbells are here. If you need to go heavier, go heavier. Remember, big step to the right. Drop your hips. Back. Left side drop. Okay, so 6 more on that side, 6 on this one. 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 6. All right, good stuff. Some water, catch your breath. We're gonna go with another tandem stance right now, so just balance work. You're back from Texas, Josefina, Ramon? Left foot in front of right.
Sí, ya estamos de regreso, Julio, ya estamos aquí.
Oh, okay, qué bueno.
Gracias.
Ready to go.
Left in front of right. Here. Any more trips?
Yes.
En agosto,
Where are you guys going?
Guadalajara,
Oh, okay. ¿Qué área de Guadalajara?
Santa Anita.
Oh, no conozco mucho, pero...
El centro está como Los Ángeles y nosotros aquí como en Downey, así está el pueblo de nosotros.
Oh, okay. No muy lejos.
Gusta, vamos, para conocer Guadalajara.
Quisiera. Left to right. Yeah. Agosto es un mes muy ocupado para mí.
Ok.
Sí.
No, para mí todo el año tengo libre.
Ya quisiera. So left to right. Up and down. And close your eyes. So remember, if you don't feel safe, open your eyes and separate your feet. Yeah, we just got invited to a quinceañera in Puerto Vallarta, but not till January. So if I could make it work with my schedule, I might be out there for a few days. Open your eyes. All right, right leg is going to be elevated. Is elevated. drop. Very good. Alrighty. Down with our following balance exercise. Alright, so this is one of the more challenging ones. We will do 2 rounds on each leg. So this is round the clock, one-legged squat. So if you need a chair for support or something, just be mindful. Or you could always just have your heel extended and not elevated. Okay. So the idea is we're in the center of the clock and we're gonna do every hour around the clock. Okay, so looking at essentially if we start at 12 o'clock and finish at 12 o'clock again, that's 13 little sets that we're doing, or reps. Okay, so right leg first, ready, and begin. So we're at 12, so 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock is to the right, 4, 5, 6 is right behind us, 6, 7 is there. And these get a little bit more challenging, more balance work. This one's the hardest, I think. Oh, it's like a exaggerated curtsy lunge. And back here. Boom. And most of the work, you're elevated here, but you feel it on that opposite knee, right above your knee or right below it. So you should feel it right above. If you feel it right below it, you might want to stretch a little bit more because that means that this area, your quad, might be really tight. So I felt a little bit of sensation right below the knee. You don't want to feel that too much. If you feel that too much, then just stretch a little bit more. Let's switch. Right leg is fixed. Left leg is elevated. Now counterclockwise. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. This is also working on balance. 5, 4. Here we go. Number 3. 3. Feel it on that glute. 2, 1. 12. Very good. All right, this is where we'll take a minute break. Okay, so catch your breath. So on that one, if you felt it on your hip, doing that 3 o'clock right there, you could completely just make that a workout there. That could be, you could do maybe 3 sets of 10. So you just go 1, 2, but I can tell you it's gonna get sore after a couple. You start feeling it. So just be mindful if you do want to do a little bit more. Okay, 30 more seconds. Forgot I had a chocolate shake in here. I thought it was just water. So I went for a drink and gave myself a surprise. Was not expecting that flavor. All right,
That's
5
an ugly
seconds.
sensation, Julio.
I'm sorry?
That's an ugly sensation.
Oh yeah, when you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
Even though the flavor's not bad, it's
Uh-huh.
like mentally you're not prepared for it. It's
Yeah.
all right, let's go ahead. It's almost like when you're eating something that you don't expect to have like an onion in there, and all of a sudden there's an onion. And I like onions now as an adult pretty much. But man, when you don't expect those things, you're like, what's in my food? Or sometimes there's like, cream cheese with like little pieces of fruit or veggies in there. Like, yeah, I don't mind them, but yeah, it just catches you off guard. Ready? Or sometimes orange juice with orange juice that has pulp or no pulp, and you're not expecting it. It's just a bunch of surprises in food sometimes. So good. I could tell my legs are tired more on that second set compared to the first. Very good. Give yourself another minute, and we're moving on. All right, so now we have our chair. So we're going down to our chair. Okay. This whole set, we're gonna be on the chair. We're gonna do our single leg squats. I think by now, most of us should get comfortable with the single legs. I think we're past. But if you have to do these, go ahead and do those. But try to challenge yourself if you've tried these before. So again, we're gonna do 8 on each leg. And it could be extended, you could bring it closer. The closer you bring it, the safer, easier it will be. And the further it is from you, or even elevated, more challenging it will be, okay? So we're gonna do 8 on one leg, 8 on the other, and then our following movement will just be our ABCs on our ankles, okay? Get another 10 more seconds. Ready? Here we go. And we're doing 8 on each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, 8. Okay, and then 8 on the other leg, the other side. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Whew. Oh, got me winded. All right. Just elevate your right ankle. Make sure it's elevated, not making contact with the floor, and just trace the letters of the alphabet. C, D, F, G, H, I, J, L, O. All right, let's do our second set, and then we'll come back to our ABCs on our left ankle. Okay. All right, if you're ready, again, 8 on each leg. Pace yourself. If you need to use both feet because you get tired or unbalanced, then that's okay. Ready? Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready? Switch. Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, does that one tire you guys out, or is it just me right now? I like that one a bit winded. Elevate that left leg and ABCs. All right, we'll take our 2-minute break right now. We're halfway through the class, so take a little bit more break. All right, so collect your breathing. Two minutes rest. Who just came in? Someone just got here. Good morning, Sarah. We're gonna need our dumbbells for the next one.
Jump.
Morning.
Up here.
Morning. What was that? So yeah, so our next one is gonna be our unilateral single leg Romanian deadlift. Or unilateral and single leg is the same thing. But pretty much what we're doing is we're gonna do 6 on each leg. So for this one, again, same idea. You could, if you need some support, just put your toes back behind you, or you could elevate it. You know, from the door, it's getting warm in this garage. Okay, so you're gonna elevate. You're gonna go down with your right hand and the dumbbell. At the bottom, you're gonna switch and come up with your left, and then go down with your left. Switch at the bottom, come back up with your right. Okay, so we're gonna do 8 of those. Okay, and then once you've done 8, so 4 and 4, we're gonna go ahead and do Jane Fonda's. Okay, we're gonna do 12 on each side. Ready? So our single leg RDLs. All right, so 4 and 4. So, oh, there you go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, your toes could be down. 7, 8. Put the dumbbell down. A little bit of rest. Let me check the weather real quick just to see what today's gonna be like. Weather. Supposed to be a high of 80 today. 82 tomorrow, 81 Sunday, and then low 80s the rest of the week, pretty much. So, yeah, it's probably like what it's been to what's gonna be today will be the rest of the week as well. Okay, so let's go to our left leg. So right leg is elevated. So remember we switch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Put that away. And then let's go ahead and do our Jane Fonda. So we're gonna do 10 on each leg. Ready? So just up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Just shake it off a little bit. Move your hips. Left side. Ready? 10. Okay, go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Good. Right. Get ready. We're gonna do our second round right now. Excuse me. All right, so if you want to go heavier on the weights for the single leg squats or single leg RDLs, you can, or you could keep it the same. But let's go ahead and do our second set. Okay, so remember, we're going at the bottom, then we're switching hands at the bottom, coming back up on that opposite hand. Ready, okay, go. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. What am I doing? 3, that's 6. 7 and 8. All right, very good. We'll switch. Ready, other leg. Down, switch at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Awesome. If you have your resistance bands, this one where you can use it. So let me go ahead and use it. So go. Okay. And I'm here. I'm gonna go right leg up. 2, 3. So again, I have my resistance band, so I can't go as high. But if you don't have a resistance band, then you could go as high as you can. Just make sure your toes are pointing at the camera or at the screen, wherever your eyes are looking. Relax. It's definitely more challenging with the resistance bands. It's less range of motion, but it's more resistance. So, ready? There you go. All right. Get that. 1 minute break. Okay. All right, we have one more round standing, and then the last 2 rounds are going to be on the floor, okay? So this one, we're going to go ahead and do our hip openers. So we're doing 8 on each leg. So again, working on balance and some hip mobility. You're going to go ahead, drive your knee up, out, back, in, down. That's 1. Up, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Other side. So now we're fixed on that right leg. Ready, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up, out, back, down, 7, 8. Good job. Kettlebell swings are next. Okay? So kettlebell swings or dumbbell swings. If you don't have a kettlebell, go ahead. You're gonna grab your dumbbells. Remember, the motion is gonna be, you're just holding the dumbbells with your hands, not really using your arms, okay? The thrusting will take care of that. So, nice squat stance. So, back. Okay, so look at my hips, they drop down, and they go up diagonally, okay? We're doing 15. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, first set done. Rest for a minute. Good job. And like I said, the rest is on the floor, so it's not as taxing. Unless you're doing mountain climbers on the floor, it should be good. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do our second set of our open hip openers. So 8 and 8. Remember? Ready? Okay. Here. Three. Ooh. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Very good. Switch legs. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Then we are going with our kettlebell swings. So the second round, remember we're doing 15. Folks are getting ready. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. That away. Just need take this down with me. So let's set up your yoga mat. So yoga mat on the floor. All right. So this is gonna be, see, yeah, this is gonna be actually our first set will be my blanking out here. Okay, it's gonna be glute bridges to knee drops. Okay, glute bridges to knee drops. And then the second set will be quadruped position and then Jane Fonda's from the floor. Okay, so glute bridges, we're gonna go ahead and begin. So we're doing 12 with a 3-second hold. Ready? Okay, up, squeeze, 1, 2, 3, and give me 11 more of those. So up, squeeze, 1, 2, 3, 10 more. 9, 8, make sure you're squeezing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, squeeze your glutes. 2, 1, and down. Relax. Your glutes should be on fire, or at least fatiguing by the last few. And you could just push your toes in front of you and push them back. Get in a sit-up position. We're gonna do knee drops. So again, just working on some mobility on your lower back. And just drop. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. We're doing 6 on each side. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Very good. Relax your legs. We're gonna do single leg glute bridges now. Okay, so we did them with 2 legs planted on the floor. This time it's gonna be one leg elevated, the other one down. All right, reset. 2, 3, 8 on each leg. So elevate your right leg. So you see, I'm not lifting my leg here, holding. If you look at from my ankle to my knee, that's the only part that I'm moving, okay? So it's still aligned with my other leg. Ready? 8, 8 up. 1, 2, 3, down. Up. 1, 2, 3, down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. 3 more. Up. Down. Up. Down. Last one. Up. Yeah. All right. Ready? Switch to the other leg. Elevate that left leg. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. 3 more. Up. Down. Last 2. Up. Down. Last 1. Up. Down. All right. Very good. This time the knee drops, we're gonna have our heels elevated, which might be a little bit harder since your glutes might be a little fatigued. So everyone good so far? You're close to being done. So elevate those heels, hands to your side, and drop those ankles and knees. 2 and 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Ugh. Good stuff. All right, going into our last set. Here we're gonna be doing Jane Fonda's, and then also why am I blanking out? Jane Fonda's and our plank elbow to opposite knee, okay, where we extend. Okay, so let's do our Jane Fonda's. Give me 1 second. All right, underside. Ready? Okay, go. So 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. Ready? Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Now we go our planks. We're doing 8 and 8. So you remember this one? We're here, elbow to opposite knee. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Ready? Again, so elbow to opposite knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. We're gonna switch. So we're going now that other leg with the other arm. You ready? Okay, so extend that leg, extend the arm, and connect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Those are 2 sets. We are going, well, that was 1 set. My bad. We have our second set. Throw me off. There's some movements where we do 1 set for one side for 1 set and the other side for the other. So now we're going into our last set. My apologies. Ready? So 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now we're going into our very last one, which is again the opposite elbow to opposite knee. All right, ready? So left arm up, right leg out, and connect elbow to knee right below you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Switch, extend, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Put that away. Good work. How's everyone doing? High fives all around. A little warm today. Finish that workout at 155 calories. But yeah, let's just stretch a little bit, not too much. I'm just gonna go to my go-to stretch, Piriformis. But everyone feeling okay? Good workout.
Todo bien, Julio. Todo bien.
Okay, the one switch. Remember, tomorrow's pretty easy. Just body tune-up. Foam rolling a little bit. Going for a short run tomorrow, and I'm hoping, to relax and stretch afterwards with this class tomorrow at 9. But yeah, just like I said, it is getting a little bit warmer, so just hydrate, wear nice clothing, protect your skin, and hydrating, don't overheat. But does anyone have any questions before we head out? Carmen? All right, Carmen.
No,
Really
Carmen,
appreciate you folks. Like I said, the majority of you here, if not all, have great attendance with most of my classes, which is really appreciate. And then remember, next week will be, I don't want to call it a break because we still go 4 straight days, and we still get our hardest days next week, which is Monday and Thursday. But next week we won't meet on Friday and Saturday. So, but everyone enjoy. What's that?
The week of 7th and the next week, those 2 weeks, I will do videos because I
Okay.
have construction here. I cannot take the class.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, and then I also have 2 weeks. I think the last 2 weeks of July, I have other assignments. So I know there's gonna be conflicts with my Monday through Thursday classes. But yeah, so hopefully not too many, but I think we're getting most of them in. So, good stuff. But yeah, well, thanks for the heads up, Carmen.
Thank you, Julio.
All right,
Thank
bye
you.
everyone.
gracias,
Thank
Julio.
you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
bye Olivia, bye Mary.